Hello guys, in this video we need to determine the internal forces which are normal force, shear force and bending moment at the generalized point P which makes an angle theta from the horizontal axis in counterclockwise direction. So we need to find the internal forces at the point P. Let me show you how to calculate all these forces. So first step is to cut this section and analyze the forces acting on it. So we cut it at this point. Now we need to consider either left hand side of this section or the right hand side of this section. See, if we consider the right hand side of the section, then we need to find the reactions here. Okay, but there is no need to find reactions here. So this is better to consider. The left hand side part is better to consider. So this is our point P, and this was making an angle of theta. Now it will be having some length, and according to its length it will be having some weight, self weight. So how do we find the self weight? Weight density is given as W per unit length. So total weight is W, which will be small w times its length. So length of this arc will be r theta. So total weight is W r theta. Now at any section there are three internal forces, namely the normal, denoted by N, shear force V, and moment M. Note that I have assumed the positive directions of all these internal forces. Now let us discuss what are the sign conventions, so you can understand why I have represented in these specific directions only. These are section lines. For shear force, any force which is upwards to the left hand side of the section or downwards to the right hand side of the section is considered as positive. Okay. For moment, any moment which tries to rotate the beam clockwise on the left hand side of the section or counterclockwise on the right hand side of the section is considered as positive. For N, there is no left or right hand side. See, in N is axial force. It can be compressive or tensile. So tensile acts away from the section. Tensile will be considered as positive and compressive is considered as negative. So in our case, we drew the section and consider the left hand side of the section, but we are determining we are determining the internal forces just right of this section. So that's why I have mentioned forces according to this one, and this one. Now let's go back to our analysis part. Now note that there are no other forces except W acting on this curved section. Note that V, M and N are all internal forces. Okay, I am talking about external forces, which is due to weight only in this case. So we can resolve our force like this. Okay, and if this is theta, then this will be theta, so this will be W sine theta, this will be W cos theta. Okay, now let us specify some directions. Let us denote this as y and this direction as x. Step 2. Now step 2 is to apply equilibrium equations, which are summation of forces in x direction is 0, considered forces in positive direction of x as positive, summation of forces in y direction as 0, considering positive y direction as positive, and summation of movement at a point which allows rotation must be 0. And again you can consider counterclockwise direction as positive for your convenience. Okay, so let us use these equations one by one to find the V, N and M. So let me try to copy paste the diagram again. So our x direction is mentioned, so applying this equation, this gives, see, in this direction, this is our x direction, n is going in this direction, so that means plus n. Okay, again W cos theta is also acting in this direction, plus W cos theta. Now there is no other force in this direction, so that means this should be 0. So this implies that n is equals to minus W cos theta. W is small w r theta cos theta. So this is our internal axial force at any generalized point. Okay, now why does it negative? See, initially we have assumed it to be tensile, but we are getting a negative value, so that means our initial assumption of assuming it as tensile is wrong. So that means this is compressive, and we denote it like this only, minus WR cos theta, and it is understood that it is compressive.
If you have made so far in this video, please subscribe the channel. It really helps the channel to grow.
Now let's apply in y direction. See, our y direction is this direction. Okay, and we see that W sine theta acts opposite to this direction, so minus W sine theta, and V is also opposite to the assumed y direction, so V equals to 0, as there is no other force in x direction. V equals to minus WR theta sine theta. This is our expression. In this case, shear force is negative according to our sign conventions. Note that these sign conventions which I am using is widely used in all the books of civil engineering. Okay, now our last part, movement. We know that movement is force times perpendicular distance, but important point to notice here is that it is difficult to find the centroid because it is not lying on the beam, it is somewhere here, just as I mentioned. The reason is a circle has a center of mass at its center, but if If we consider a semicircle, then its center of mass doesn't lie on this part, it will be somewhere here. So we can conclude that center of mass shifts a little bit upward in case of semicircle. Again, as soon as we keep on reducing the arc, the center of mass keeps on shifting towards the arc, like this in this case. Okay, so how do we find the moment now? See, there is one relation between moment and shear force, which is dm by dx is equals to v, or m is equals to integration of v dx. This is very important because using this relation you can easily find out the moment. Otherwise you need to find the center of mass firstly, which is complicated, not difficult. Okay, it involves some expressions in sine theta by 2, but let us avoid that for now because it will lead to a lots of trigonometric calculations. So m equals to integration of v is minus w r theta sine theta dx. Now what is dx? See, if we consider a small element, this is dx in this direction, and this is making theta, and this small angle is d theta. So using arc and radius relationship, we can write dx is equals to r d theta. So now let us substitute all these in this formula, and now integrating with by parts rule, we get minus wr square integration of theta sine theta. So considering u as theta and v as sine theta, so theta minus cos theta minus integration, differentiation of theta is 1 times integration of sine theta cos theta d theta. So this comes out to be minus wr square minus theta cos theta plus sine theta, which is equals to minus wr square sine theta minus theta cos theta. So this is our answer of moment at any generalized point P. Okay, that's it guys. I hope you like it.